so give me a countdown when we're starting.
Alright, we already started.
Oh, okay.
Hello, my name is Garrett Amado Peligroso, Grease Lightning Adonis Gonzalez. This is my wonderful cousin.
My name is David.
Perfecto. And it's Easter. Jesus rose. Jesus came out of a cave many years prior to today. And this is why we are celebrating today. David
Cheers.
is enjoying some Ex Novo. I myself, Spindrift sparkling water with real squeezed fruit. I found it in the fridge. There's probably going to be a student on Monday. It's not too happy about it.
Well, if you
Sorry.
want to mention the names of the drinks, they should be paying you. And why don't you let them know? Well, then why don't you let me know what we're doing here?
Well, let's just ask each other a couple questions and
Okay.
then we'll film it, we'll watch it, and hopefully the people like it.
Okay, sounds good.
Perfect. I'm going to start off with a great question. Okay, I know you don't like carbs and you don't like bread and stuff like that. But say in a situation you're going to have some, okay?
Okay.
Say you're going to make a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich, a peanut butter and honey sandwich, or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Which one are you choosing?
Well, okay. Again, I think carbs are unnecessary for most people. They trigger insulin in your body. And eventually, with too many of them, your body will become insulin resistant. So, if you're not an athlete, if you're not someone who's working out a lot, I think that carbs are not good for you. That's my opinion. I've only studied nutrition for 7 years. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I work in psychology, not in nutrition. But if I had to pick one, I would pick the honey.
I pick honey as well.
Well, do you want to know why?
Tell me.
Because it tastes good. If I'm going to cheat, I'm going to do something that I enjoy. But again, it is cheating. For those that want to, okay, so the problem with carbohydrates is that eventually, so your body tries to use up glucose. It's like an extra fuel for your body and for your brain. When you have glucose, when you have excess fat stored in your body, which is what your body turns glucose into, then your body will try to use it. So it'll try to use it in many ways, and one of the ways it tries to do that is that it uses it as fuel for your brain. Now, this is why people experience phenomena like brain fog or forgetting stuff. Have you ever opened the fridge and forgot why you're there? You know, because you're looking for something specific, but you forgot why? That's misfiring of a synapse of neurons in your brain, and it has to do with your body running on glucose rather than ketones. Ketones is a preferable fuel for brain activity. Now again, for an athlete, carbohydrates are very beneficial because it's extra energy. But for people that are non-athletic, it can lead to health problems in the future.
Vegetables really do justice. I noticed the other day I had some broccoli,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt better.
Well, the better fuel you put in,
Yeah,
the more mileage you'll get.
that's some
You
beautiful
put
stuff.
the Techron gas or whatever in your car will run a little bit cleaner because that chemical cleans out the
gunk.
the gunk, the goop, the bad stuff. It helps clean it out. And if you keep doing it, yeah, it costs a little bit more. And if finances are your worries, then that's not something you should really consider. And you should do your best to modify your spending in regards to your finances. But if it's not, and you care about the longevity of your car, and you don't want to do as much maintenance, All cars require maintenance. But if you don't want to do as much, then it behooves you to take steps to avoid problems in the future. And that doesn't just occur
I hear that.
with that machine, it occurs with this machine.
Like sometimes I get a little lazy and I stop at Little Caesars for a $5 hot and ready.
We all fall short of the grace of God.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Instead of eating eggs and broccoli, half a Little Caesars pizza before the gym.
Well, if you're going to the gym, it's probably not as bad. And
So
so,
it runs better on better fuel. You don't get what I'm...
right, but also, that is correct. But if you're going on a long trip, it doesn't matter what kind of gas you're using if you're going on that long of a trip. Now, again, this depends. So you're working from a very healthy baseline, or a relatively healthy baseline at the best, or at the worst. You don't have any underlying health issues. So for other people, these things are different. If someone who's very unhealthy, or if someone with a really bad car puts really bad gas in it, then, they may experience problems. Their engine might break. Same thing with your body. If you are relatively unhealthy, you have existing issues, if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, then eating carbohydrates can be bad, to say the least.
I hear that. Because you're not using them, you're not going to run on anything. You get what I mean? You're not going to run.
And your body stores them. And if you're storing body fat already, if you have any level of body fat, see me? I got a little right here, right?
I got some too.
Yeah, everybody has a little bit, right? Well, not everybody, but some people do. Most people. That's an indication that you're pre-diabetic. Because...
If you have the potential of getting diabetes?
Yes. When your body starts storing fat, then it's an indication of pre-diabetes. Even a small amount of it. Now, this will make me very unpopular to say that, because it's correct.
We're not here for popularity.
No, obviously we're
And
not.
unpopularity will get you more popular than just trying to be
Well,
popular.
regardless, that's irrelevant to me. What's relevant to me is that people get good information.
I hear that.
I think it's important for people to know the truth. And at the very least, they can't say that nobody ever told them.
I hear you, bro.
I say this while I take a drink of alcohol, by the way. I'm a complete hypocrite.
Okay, well,
It's Easter. We all gotta lay back sometimes.
yeah. Well, okay, I have an aunt, okay?
Yeah.
And she's my Aunt Cynthia.
Right.
And, this is just a nephew being a nephew.
Okay.
This is just how I feel. She is scheduled to get some knee surgery.
Right.
And,
Do you want to say why?
well, she's obese.
It's
and
overweight. Yeah.
the obesity has done destruction to the knees.
Right.
And so I get a group text in the family group chat message thing
Okay.
saying, I just got cleared to get my knee surgery. Now, this is what I said to myself. As soon as you get these knee replacements, you better be every second after this in the gym on that treadmill. Is what I said to myself. And I don't know, my brain is, I guess, just trained that way. I don't know.
Well, see, don't say it like that, because you're absolutely correct. Okay, don't question yourself when you're correct. The difference between knowledge and wisdom, okay, knowledge is 1 + 1 = 2. If I touch fire, I burn my hand. This is knowledge. These are things that everybody knows, or that at least can be taught very simply. Wisdom is different. Wisdom is knowing the difference between what you know and what you don't know.
That's good.
I don't know anything. I'm not a geopolitical expert. I'm not an infectious virus expert. I don't know about these things. I've studied them, not extensively, to a minimum degree. So I wouldn't comment on these things without giving a disclaimer. But when it comes to things like psychology and nutrition, these are things I feel confident in commenting on because I know what I know. I have confidence in the work that I've done in my life to get to this point. So that's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. And so when you say, this is what I say to myself, but I'm not sure, or something to that degree,
Oh, I see you.
you are sure. Don't question it. You know what's going to happen. If she doesn't fix the real problem, this is an underlying problem. This is her knees being bad have to do with her obesity. And if she doesn't address that, she's just gonna start going through knees the way my old car went through tires.
Shoot, man. And you just bought new tires. These are
I
not
did.
used tires.
I did just buy new tires, and he helped me get them, so that was really nice of you. Thank you. I got a good deal.
Well, when you were talking like that, I was like, well, what about used tires? Used knees, but they don't make used knees like that.
Yeah, this is
It's
not
different.
all
It's a little
metaphors
different.
correlate
I
to
hear
a
you.
1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah. So, and Cynthia, I wish the best when you get your
So do I.
knees replaced. And I love running, and I like to be on the treadmill too.
Well, she doesn't have to run.
Walking.
So here's the thing: you can never outrun a bad diet. It doesn't matter how much you work out if your body is insulin resistant. So insulin is a hormone from your pancreas, your endocrine system, that allows sugar to be released into the blood. But if you eat too much sugar, you have all this sugar, right? But you can't put it in your blood because then your blood sugar will go too high and there could be really bad consequences. So insulin allows the sugar to go into the blood. When you have too much sugar, your body changes itself so that it doesn't respond to insulin. When the insulin tells it, let sugar in, the body says, nope, can't come in, all full in here. Like a bouncer at a bar. No more sugar, and that's when you start storing it. And it becomes fat. And
It's hard work, because I used to be chubbier. You get what I mean?
well, I remember, you weren't ever that chubby. You weren't as fat as I was.
But when you try to run and you got some chubbiness on you, it's not easy, man.
No, it's very difficult, and you don't have
Yeah.
to start running again.
I was in soccer, we used to run, and I used to.
It has to do with your diet.
Yeah.
Exercise is great for you for lots of reasons, but it doesn't matter how much you exercise if your body is insulin resistant and you have a bad diet.
Yeah. You need to put protein.
to change your diet.
Sugar's dead.
Protein is very beneficial, not just sugar, refined carbohydrates.
Like, what are you saying?
Alcohol.
That,
Alcohol
like,
is terrible.
Refined carbohydrates, like what? Like cheap bread or what?
Well, not just cheap bread. Okay, so bread is carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bagels, any kind of bread like that, croissants, have butter, stuff like that. So that's bread. That's regular carbohydrates. Refined carbohydrates are like crackers, cereals, those wafers that they stick in fucking like Snickers and shit like that.
Yeah. But
These
that's
are
sugar.
refined carbohydrates. They have sugar in them. These examples do, but like a cracker, okay? A cracker is refined carbohydrates. Cereal is refined carbohydrates. And they make these things so they can last on the shelf for a very long time,
Yeah.
and they have preservatives. Okay, let me tell you a little story, okay?
Okay.
A long time ago, I worked at a home remodeling, and one of the bosses was a cool guy. He brought us all McDonald's. So, like he brought us, back then McDonald's hamburger cost like 50 cents or 59 cents or something like that. So he bought us a bag with like 30 fucking hamburgers, something like that. And, we were all dividing them. Everyone got an equal amount. Everyone got like 4 or 5, whatever. But there was one extra hamburger. So 2 guys were bitching about it. They wanted that last hamburger. So he just said, nope, fuck it. Nobody's getting it. You guys can't decide. I'm fucking. So he put it in this little, we have these clear, I don't know, like cupcake holders or whatever. So he just put it in there and he put it on top of the fridge. He was like, there, nobody's getting it. See, just an extra hamburger. Just look at it, because he's a funny guy. So, the day went on, time went on, and about a year later, we were cleaning the whole area. We moved the refrigerator because they were going to put new flooring, like vinyl epoxy flooring in there instead of the tile or whatever. And we found this hamburger. Like a year later, at least 10 months. It was rock hard, but there was no mold on it.
Oh, wow.
There was no mold.
On the bread even.
On the bread, on the meat, it was rock hard. But even bacteria would not fuck with that shit.
Oh.
Because it's inedible.
McDonald's is not good. It is bad, bad, bad.
Pro tip.
McDonald's is...
We were trying to get this guy, Chris, to eat it for $20.
Oh, shit.
Because he was crazy. He drank like a half gallon of spoiled milk for $20 once and threw up.
Oh, shit.
Because we were a bunch of assholes back then. We were like, yeah, come on, Chris, eat it. He's like, no, you got me with the milk. You got me with the milk. So he didn't eat it. Like, because we did stick it in the microwave, and it got all soft again.
Yeah.
Like it looked like you could probably eat it. Like we knew what it was, but I don't know. I think you could fool people pretty easily.
That is just... No, they would be very sick after they ate that. Probably.
Well, it just... If bacteria won't eat it.
There's gotta be something with it though, man.
Well, absolutely. There's 19 different kinds of sugar in the bread. There's so much... there's butane in their preservatives. And their preservatives... Like, how do you think your body reacts to that?
I had some McDonald's before the gym one time, and I didn't eat the rest of the day. I was that full for some reason. I don't know why, but I just stayed full. It was like,
Well, you're lucky because a lot of those foods have monosodium glutamate, which makes you hungrier. It triggers a hormone called ghrelin, and ghrelin is responsible for making you feel hungry.
I think my body wasn't used to eating that, and it just like felt bloated.
Well,
I woke up in that night, and I was just because it's been a long time. But man, they got a triple cheeseburger at McDonald's,
right?
And I get the McNuggets, and I put them in there.
Well, I mean, okay, again, you are trading short-term joy for long-term fulfillment. You know what I mean? You are trading the long-term fulfillment for a short-term joy.
I did it for quick food. I don't have time. I got work in the morning, and I always go to the gym.
Well, you don't need it. Well, one of the things I've been trying to...
food though.
Well, you don't. It depends. For the gym,
Right.
It's good to have energy because you're going to be expanding a lot when you're just going to work. So every day, so I do something called intermittent fasting.
What time you eat?
I eat about 7:30 at night every day.
Is that
Sometimes
it?
at 8. Yeah, I don't eat anything.
Wow, bro.
Well, in the daytime, I have black coffee.
Okay.
In the morning, I wake up, I have my coffee, maybe 2-3 cups.
You don't eat nothing in the morning.
No. Most days. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll make me some eggs. If I'm really hungry, I'll make me some eggs. I'll have 4 to 5 eggs. Scrambled. I like them scrambled. A little bit of salt, sea salt.
The Himalayan pink salt.
Yeah, and try to get the crushed if you can. It's a little more expensive, but.
Pro tips.
And I will intermittently fast until about. I usually try to go to 8, but sometimes when I get home, I want to eat right away. So I'll start cooking. Eat at the pan.
So what do you make when you get home mostly?
Usually I eat steak,
Okay.
protein, animal fat, vegetables. One thing I
You
highly
get
recommend.
frozen vegetables?
No, I don't eat anything that's frozen. So when it comes to frozen foods, so there's bacteria that lives in the food that's very, very beneficial for your microbiome, which is a symbiotic relationship that your stomach has with different kinds of bacteria. So when you freeze or overheat things, it kills this bacteria. So again, cooking vegetables kills this bacteria. Freezing vegetables kills this bacteria. And this is not the whole thing that's beneficial. There's still fiber, there's still vitamins in the cellular walls of the plant. But again, if you overfreeze them, if they're there for too long, there's no benefit to eating them except for the fiber, which is always there. But so I don't eat anything frozen, anything. In my freezer, there's just ice. I got 2 bags of ice and a wine glass. I like to keep it cold in case I have company. But I don't eat anything frozen at all. At all. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't freeze my steaks. I don't freeze my hamburger.
Sure. But the meat's got to be frozen at some point.
Only if you want to store it. I don't store it.
But it's frozen from the stores, like shipment.
It's possible, yeah. And I have no control over that. You know what I mean? I try to get the freshest meat that I can get. Sometimes there's a line at the deli and I don't want to stand in it.
So you get it from the deli?
When I get sandwich meat, I do.
No, I hear you.
And again, I don't eat bread, so I wrap it in lettuce. But when it comes to things like steak, which I enjoy, I like a good New York steak or something like that. I just try to look for deals. I got 12 of them for $23 the other day at Smith's because they're trying to get rid of it. I guess it was about to go bad. So that was good for me. I still got like 3 of them left.
It's tough when you got them in the fridge and you gotta cook them.
You got it, yeah.
Because they start to turn a little shade different color.
Yeah, but again, so I modify my other purchases in regards to this as well. I don't eat refined carbohydrates. I don't eat anything with sugar. I don't eat. I eat animal fat and vegetables, raw vegetables. That's what I eat.
How do you feel? You feel there's a taste difference in the whole broccoli head compared to the little cut up broccolis?
A taste difference? No. Broccoli's broccoli.
I noticed a little taste difference. I think when you break
I
it
think
off
you
the
might-
head, it's a little fresher.
Well, I'm not sure if there's a chemical reaction that takes place in that regard,
I
but
don't know.
perhaps you're correct. Perhaps your taste buds are more astute than mine. But I do my best to maintain this. Like today's Easter, so I'm having some beers. You know what I mean? This will be my cheat day. I do allow myself a cheat day once a week.
So you eat sweets on these
No.
cheat days?
I never eat sugar.
Did you have the cobbler today?
I didn't. I looked at it.
I wanted it
It
too.
smelled
guys.
good, right?
But I didn't have anything.
I thought about it. But I was already drinking alcohol, so I was like, this is your cheat. I allow myself one thing. Last week, I went out with my friend and We went to that Amore Neapolitan.
Is it down the road or no?
It's right down the road from my house at
Oh, okay.
what's it called?
Is it a pizza place?
Yes. They make it right in front of you. It's good. It's a little expensive, but it's good. And there's a big fucking line. You know what I mean? It's kind of bullshit. But it's good. I hadn't eaten there before, so I was like, okay, you know.
Might as well.
And it was good. It was worth it. That was my cheat. You know, and this week I'm having alcohol. I'm having alcohol on Sunday. And
So,
that's just, you
The
know.
whole day you cheated?
No.
Just that meal.
Just that meal. I had, I don't know, 4 slices of pizza. They're pretty big. You know, probably the equivalent of almost half a pizza. A large 14-inch pizza. You know. So it was a big cheat for me.
I've been cheating on the pizza. I've been having that Little Caesars, like I said.
See, Little Caesars is all bad. The sauce has sugar. So here's the thing about cheese, okay? Most people think that dairy products are healthy for you. They're not.
Yeah. They try to say it has protein.
I don't think it has very much. And
It's
I
like
don't
a
think it
weird
has
protein.
very much calcium. So the main thing it has is something called lactose, which is milk sugar.
How do you feel about lactose-free milk?
I can't imagine what's in it. I'd have to see one of the labels to really. I wouldn't buy anything that's synthetically made, just on a general principle sort of term, because I don't trust what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I care what I put into my body.
I hear that.
So when it comes to trusting people,
And
it
scientists
kind of has to be
they
earned.
don't even know.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe they know. I don't know. But here's the thing. I'm not going to take the chance with my body. I want to take care of my body. So when it comes to milk products, I don't eat them. Milk is baby food. Okay? Lactose is milk, sugar. Milk, tose, sugar. Any word with the suffix tose, sucrose, fructose, glucose, sucralose, these are sugars. These are artificial sugars, most of them, except for glucose and fructose and lactose. These are sugars. So lactose is milk sugar. Your body treats it like sugar. When your liver processes it, it treats it like it's a sugar. So I stay away from it. Now, the reason why sugar is, or lactose, is good for babies is because they have an enzyme in their body called lactase, and lactase turns lactose into protein. Now, this is an enzyme that most people stop making when they're about 1 year old, maybe 2 years old. There's shit on the internet that says people can make it up to 8. Okay, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? But milk is baby food. Okay, it's food for babies because they have an enzyme that turns
That's
it
where it
into
starts.
protein.
That's where it originated.
Right, it turns it into protein because of the enzyme that they have. But when they stop making that enzyme, they naturally move away from the breast. So they don't want that kind of food anymore. You know, unless they have some sort of attachment mommy issues, but that's a whole different conversation.
I don't drink milk either, man. Well, I'm lactose intolerant.
Good for you.
But I used to drink the lactose-free milk. But
I remember you
I
with your
stopped.
almond milk and shit like that.
But I don't drink it no more.
Yeah, I don't know. I never
I do.
tried it.
You know the powdered creamer?
Okay.
I use powdered creamer in my coffee.
Again, when they dry something out, they're killing the beneficial parts of it. Not always. I don't know. Again, like I said, I'm not an expert. I work in psychology, not in nutrition.
It's weird
I
though.
studied nutrition for a long time.
If the liquid's not hot enough, it won't go in all the way. So you can't just mix it with water. It's got to be hot. You get what I mean?
Well, I'm not sure what sort of indication
I don't know what that means either.
that is, but I would recommend moving away from artificial foods in general. like I said, when I eat, okay, so eggs are really good.
That's the best.
Well, it is the healthiest food that you can eat if the yolk is orange, not yellow.
Yes.
So yellow is an indication that's a chicken that was fed corn. So
Corn's not the best.
no, it's not. Not for chickens. Chickens eat
For
you know,
humans,
bugs. Well, oh yeah, for humans they just turn into sugar. It's fructose. But even for chickens, if the chicken that's laying the egg has a bad diet, well, it's not going to have a very beneficial egg. So when you're buying eggs, you want to look for an orange yolk. And I mean orange, not yellow. If the yolk is yellow, that's not a very healthy egg.
I slack on that because I buy the 60 in a box eggs.
So I know, I get it. I buy 12 eggs, they cost fucking $6. You know what I mean? It's 50 cents an egg.
Sure.
I know.
I hear you.
I know.
Ballsy.
It's not ballsy. I care about my body.
I
You know
see.
what I mean? I'm getting older. So I want this machine to run cleaning for as long as it possibly can. I want to maintain my mental facilities or faculties because I don't want it to run on glucose. I want it to run on ketones.
Ketones.
Yes. It's the better fuel for the brain.
Well, I hear you. Well, let's see how the video looks. Let's give
Okay.
it a watch.
You want to pause it?
Thank you for your time. Maybe we'll see you later.
Peace, world.
Yeah, I think that was 30 minutes.